So this is something I want to show you because it's putting something like an O-ring like this. It's similar, or you can even use, I guess, the same from the pipe, the one you got here in the pipe. And so this is gonna help you with the sag, help you with the the adjustment on your fork. It's a fundamental for your front fork setup. And I see many people put the zip tie on it, and it very hurt my heart when I see that, especially on the fork with treatment. But any forks in the stanchion itself, they're kind of the zip tie, it's pretty aggressive, especially with the cold and hot weather washing your bike. The plastic become stiffer and stiffer and harder, and it's kind of scratching a little bit the stanchion, so it's not good. So use an O-ring like this one. It's pretty simple. You just remove the axle real quick from the wheel, and you just also need to remove the guard, and then you put it in this, and this is moving, but it stay pretty stable. The stanchion here is 48 mil, so this is a 43 mil O-ring, and this is pretty gentle on your stanchion, won't create any problem. And also it's pretty, like you see, pretty solid. So it's moving only when it's working. So it's pretty good solution, pretty high recommended. Guys, put O-ring on your fork, not put any zip tie, please. Thank you. What's up, guys? Now that the fork are already installed, I think it's time to swap the rear shock as well. I think, in my opinion, that with this Kashima color, this gold, kind of rich gold color forks, the bike looks much better since it's white, all white. I think I have some aesthetical issues with this bike that looks very good together, but in my opinion, it's just like two silver and white. It's just needs something that pops a little bit more. And so that's why we're gonna see if you have any idea of some graphic. We're gonna do some sick graphic with MLab, but the guys are right now traveling to Italy, so when they get back by the end of the month, we have to have the rendering ready with the new graphic. So if you have any idea or suggestion, just write it down below, and thanks for help. All right, this bad boy is finally here. Oh. So by swapping the rear shock, there is something like it keep me like thinking a little bit, and it's this piece right here. This piece right here, I would say like the stock shock, it's made with a quick adjustment, no? So you can adjust on the fly. You can just stop on a track and adjust it. But if you want to do that, you need to remove this panel. By removing this panel, there's a clip. It's easy to remove and put it back, but at the same time require a little bit, you need to put the bike some places, like again laying the bike against something, remove it and be sure you make it in the right place. It takes a little effort, not just enough like super fast. And running without this, actually your knee will rubbing against the knob on the rear shock, and you can actually modify the clicks on the rear shock. So this is kind of something a little bit that I saw a lot of debate online. There's also different things. If you remove this part, I think we're not gonna have that problem with the Ohlins shock. because it's a little bit smaller and you don't have the hand, adjustment. But also kind of this part of the frame is going to be kind of exposed to your boot, and so you probably need to put some shelter plate, some tape, some clear tape to protect a little bit more the frame. Otherwise, all the frame will be scratched since it's painted in white. But yeah, this is just a couple of things I need to take care of when you're thinking to remove this panel or swapping the rear shock. But let me show you. So to remove this panel, you just need to pull this plastic right here. Now right here there's a clip, and actually this frame protector is where there is a clip that you need to pull it. Like this. And then move it forward and remove it. So you pretty much have this clip that goes into this. So if you wanted to change this frame guard with something else, then you're gonna missing this part. So something you need to consider. I see some people want to remove this and put just the tape, like grip tape, but this is something you're gonna lose. If you want to put this panel back, you definitely need this thing over here. And then, like I said, this white frame is kind of very exposed to your boots and something. You will put some clear tape right here, some protection, in order to keep looking this way and not, see it or scratch it. Also, being white paint, when it scratches sometime with the dirt, it will look all the, the black line here is not really good looking. And then this is the clearance of the shock, like I mentioned. So actually, when you put, with your boots and your gears and stuff, it's simple, pretty easy to rub against this knob and actually make it turn, make it twist, and changing, this adjusts your suspension setting, which is not ideal, of course. This one's very, very big, like the diameter of this thing, so this piggyback looks very big, but of course they couldn't make it longer because there is exhaust right down here. And so this is probably a little bit forces design, I guess. But yeah, it's very, it kind of sticking out too much. And so that's the thing. If you wanted to ride, with that, like be able to adjust it on fly, you can now use this panel, and then this is gonna be too exposed. If you wanted to run the side panel, then it's gonna be kind of a little bit pain every time I remove it and put it back. Also because this panel, if you don't put it back properly, you may even lose it on the track when you're riding. So you want to make sure it's fixed and very well put together. All right, let's go ahead and see how the Ohlins will fit into this bike. Okay, seems like the airbox is right behind this, the shock, and so it can barely move in here, this place, and then here, of course, is obligated with the linkage and stuff. So was hoping to be able to, put it out from the side, but I think I need to actually remove a bunch of other stuff, like maybe just releasing these bolts and be able to open a little bit more. The rear triangle will be able to remove it. Let's try it. It seems insane, but I wanted to take a closer look of everything here. I haven't tear apart their bike in years, and this looks like CFI to me. Seems like a street bike. So many cables and things going on. So I got curious to tear all the plastic apart and see how it looks like. Because we definitely need to remove, you know, this guy over here and just, I don't want to unplug anything. Just move a little bit, probably just from the throttle body, just remove the filter box and be able to just move a little bit, a couple of inches back, and be able to remove the shock. But yeah, it's completely naked. For all of you that want to know that makes sense to remove all the rear end of the bike, no, I'm telling you, it makes no sense. I've been so the shock come out from the side. I also remove all the linkage because on the user manual they say to remove the linkage because it say the shock come down in and out from the bottom, but actually I don't think so. I don't know if I misunderstood something. But the axis come out this way. You also, of course, need to remove the exhaust because it's kind of on the way. But this is the way to remove the shock on a 2023 model. I learned it. All right, let's try the WP 3.8 kilos. All right, now let's try the Ohlins. And we are kind of 200 grams heavier, the Ohlins, compared to the WP. Another adjustment, so from stock, the stock configuration of the rear brake lane was actually kind of wide open, was kind of this way, and it was pretty much hitting the shock. It was not hitting the shock, it was close, but you know, with vibration, with the jumps, when it was kind of on the way, and then you will start, you know, rubbing against the spring, and so you have maybe some damage on the housing, but also you're gonna, you know, have some, you know, want to remove some paint on the shock. It won't look that good after a little bit. So what I did was kind of unscrew a little bit this guy over here and move it out of the way, just move it a little bit against the frame and retied it at 5 Nm, and that's it. Now it's completely out the way. This is hitting the swing arm, so it was here already before, so no problem. It's made this way. See, with this guide, it's the guide is bringing the hose in that way anyway, so it's totally safe, it's totally fine. But at least right now it's not rubbing. It's not going to rub the rear shock. This is what happened also with the stock one with WP, so it's something you want to check either if you have the stock shock or a modified one.